Come on, Ken.
Hey, I'm gonna put the lights back on real quick.
Murphy Autumn has seen a lot of really, really good art in every way possible.
This other rotation, they let people come in here for a period of time and display their goodies. There's several photographers.
Yeah, Pat says here some pictures.
Pat's right there in the corner.
In the corner.
Yeah, that's her.
That's Mitzi behind you.
That's what?
Mitzi behind you.
That's Mitzi? Oh, that's what I interviewed. Yeah, some of our friends are here. Wow. I love this one.
Mike, this is the, remember I was telling you about the Fuji camera yesterday? This is the pictures from that Pep shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we talked about that Phase 1 thing yesterday.
Yeah, it's
just incredible.
For the gear junkies that we are, that's, you know, it's just like the sharpness is insane. So
Yeah, I mean, you look at the spokes and all that stuff, it's just super clear details.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
well, it's like seeing it in real life practically.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, we're gonna have you come this direction, and we'll loop around, and we'll come out through there.
Okay, I'll follow you guys.
I'll give you guys kind of an idea of what the heck we are. So,
Okay.
Are we talking to these guys?
It is live right now?
Okay, all right. I'm Fireball Tim. This is the Murphy Auto Museum, and we are closed right now, but we're doing a private tour, so don't tell anybody.
Okay.
It's kind of a special thing. But the Murphy's been around since about 2014, and we concentrate on car culture here, although we focus on a lot of Americana. We have a variety of different cars that are here. We're in right now the combination of our store and the Fireball Gallery. And this is my gallery where we curate artists from around the world, everything from painting to drawing to sculpture. And we celebrate the automotive artist. And a lot of our galleries have art on the wall, but we're, as far as we know, we're the first museum that actually has a gallery dedicated to automotive artists. Our first event here was we invited 200 people, about 1,000 people showed up. Wow. It was a zoo. It was really cool, very exciting. And we have our store, which Ernie down here is the master of. Everyone say hi to Ernie.
Hey,
what's up, buddy?
Hello.
So in the main gallery, we have a 71 Mustang Mach 1, reminiscent of the car from Diamonds Are Forever. But this one is one of our signature cars. This is Carroll Shelby's 1931? 31 Rolls-Royce Boattail Speedster. And this was brought in by his wife, and it's now second wife. Seventh wife. I didn't pay attention in math class, so when it comes to how many divorces you're allowed, I don't know. Is there a certain limit? I don't know. But we certainly have a great time here since, because of COVID, it's giving us a lot of opportunities to fix things up and to make the museum even better. And part of that is the car show, which is Muscles and Mojo, that I can announce here for the first time. Woohoo. That Muscles and Mojo is going to be twice a month.
Twice a month.
Instead of just one, we've been doing 1 month, weekend a month, and now we're going to do twice, first and third Sunday, starting in April. So we're very excited to be able to do that, provide a place for people to come, hang out, free coffee, free die cast, and dog friendly. So bring your mother-in-laws. I'm just kidding, mother-in-laws. I'm just kidding. Come on in. We're going to hit that last. Okay. Yeah. So Bob is one of our mascots. He doesn't talk a lot, but he's very intimidating. And anyone sneaks in, they generally run once they see Bob. MC, come on over here, buddy. I'm sure you've talked to him. This is Ken Vela, our MC, go-to guy for just about everything. Man Friday. So, and he's got the cool mask.
Right on. Yeah. Custom mask by.
Mask. Yeah, Kathy makes. My wife makes the masks.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You didn't have your flashy hat on today.
Yeah, it was like sucking my head dry. It was like wearing a head sock.
You look dehydrated.
Yeah, I was gonna pass out, so I figured I might as well switch it up a little bit. But we have about 40 cars in the collection, and most of it's Americana. One of our best cars is this 38 Ford here, which has been hot rodded. It looks stock, but it's not. So fun. Didn't you drive in it? Did you ride in it?
Nope, I saw it drive in.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. So that's a pretty fun thing. And David Neal, who is the design director, keeps bringing in all kinds of wacky, weird cars that aren't necessarily Americana. And
that's a new one.
And they show up, but this is new. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 58 limited?
I think so.
Wow. Look at
Beautiful,
that.
beautiful.
This is when GM threw up on the car in the design studio and then decided to leave everything on it.
Yeah, just all the chrome that you could possibly. I think it was leftover chrome from other cars, wasn't it? Yeah, and they just stuck it on there. Each one of these pieces, these squares, it's actually from a different car, probably. I just made that up. I don't know.
You can build a key out of the grill.
Yeah. So we're really proud to have so many great cars, but the one thing I think that really makes our museum unique is we have the world's first vintage trailer.
Really?
Although it wasn't vintage when it was built.
Yeah.
But it's a very, very unique item that we found in a museum tucked away in the hills of Santa Cruz. And we're going to go over there and check that out right now.
Yeah, this thing is crazy.
Yeah, so Jaguars roll in. This is a great driver, actually. 60.
Watch your step.
So this is a 1927 Holt vintage trailer. A gentleman back in 27 built this for he and his family, and then the crash of 28 hit, and the car went in. The trailer went in storage, and it's been in storage for 60 plus years. Ended up in the museum up in Santa Cruz, and then we bought it from them and brought it down here, which was the scariest thing we've ever done because we had to put this on a trailer and then go down the windy hills of Santa Cruz and not die. Because just driving those hills by yourself or like on a motorcycle is enough to get your heart racing. But we made it, and it's almost like a caboose.
I know, it's really interesting design.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
You got it stuffed with memorabilia too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Is there lights in here?
I can turn the lights on, yeah.
Okay.
So you can go inside.
Let's see if you can maybe be able to get in and see. There you go. Check that out.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Stepping back in time.
Not too many people.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna stand in the door and point out things. So you have an old iron. You have look at the Art Deco. You have even the lights up top.
I know. Look at that. I mean, even the art on the curb
everything.
portion of it.
Well, and you think about even the lights, the lamps, the phone, everything. Your old
it's like a time capsule.
Your old cigarette stand that's a lamp. Yeah, it's just.
And even the art and the leather.
Oh yeah. And this is original. I mean, that's the thing this is not somebody restored it. It's original. Even the cherry is floating. You even look at these are probably if these are original, those are porcelain. So because the old ones nowadays they're plastic.
I mean, look at the rack.
Yeah, in the old days, the old plugs were porcelain. They weren't plastic, which is very different. So it's very true of even the old switches in like an old house. So I grew up in an old house, and it was the same thing. So pelts.
Yeah. Wow, what a cool setup.
The only thing that's not in there is a bed.
Oh,
That's something that they would have stuck in.
well, it might have been just a fold-out couch, maybe.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know if they actually had fold-out couches in the 20s, but
That's true.
You never know.
Murphy bed.
This is the best part right here. You ready? This is the best part.
Yeah.
Oh, you already saw that?
Yeah, that's very cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
All the conveniences of home.
That's right. Exactly. So why don't you
Wow,
step
thank
up and
you.
out? Can you unplug the big one? All right, someone unplug the big one.
This is the place to come and hang out and check out.
It really is. And
You have a little bit of everything in
the
here.
icing on the cake is what we're going to see at the end of the tour. We're going to show you something that's just really cool, really fun. But we're one of very few museums that are in the black, regardless of whether COVID's happening or not. And a lot of that is due to the fact that many of these cars are being stored here, but we have a very high standard for the type of car that we want. We want people to come in, and if they want to store their car, it has to be something that people enjoy seeing, or it's reminiscent of something that they had possibly.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
I love that custom.
Fun boat tail right there.
Yeah, the boat tail with the porthole. Yeah.
Extra windshield there.
Yeah, there's a few vintage, and all the cars that are up on the racks, those are not running. Those are just simply eye candy up there, and it continues to evolve. We even have plans to build a second tier mezzanine, and then to fill that with die-cast, because we want to be half full-size cars and half die-cast museum.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you some of that over here.
Beautiful.
1981 Excalibur. for those of you that remember what it's like. Not an easy car to get into. So, Mike, I think you're too tall.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, you could get in, but you can't get out.
Yeah.
Kind of like
It's one of those you got to fold yourself up.
Yeah, it's like a seal in a sardine can, you know. But that's pretty cool. And then the back room, which I'm going to flip on the lights for you real quick. So we're building Calliope. We have a.
You see the Calliope?
You can't play that in here because you would blow everybody's ears out. It's so loud. Unbelievable.
Wow.
But it fires up and works.
And the car is matches the trailer. And everything.
Yeah, I can see the fenders and everything. Yeah.
So in this area, we're building a HO scale train and our die-cast collection. So let me put the lights on.
Wow.
And this is really going to be cool when it's all done. This is a train club, and they're building this whole thing, and it's just spectacular. So, and then we have our die-cast collection. And my job for the last 30 plus years is I design cars for movies. And my first car is the 1989 Batmobile. That's the one I designed for the Michael Keaton film.
Wow.
That was pretty fun.
I bet it was.
Neat to see them turned into die-cast.
Yeah, that's you work really turning into reality in so many ways. Yeah.
Yeah, in many ways, you know, they're like actors. You know, they have to perform in a certain way, and that's one of my favorites from the Jetsons. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's growing. I mean, we do have the Wienermobile, so that's a big plus.
Gotta have that.
Yeah, but we get donations from people who have way too many cars and they want a place to put them. So we're going to pepper the entire museum with cases so that we get a lot of that everywhere.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You can still find some cool stuff even at the stores, you know?
Sure.
Oh, look at this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little stretched out, flat out.
Yeah, that's actually a Sid Mead design.
Wow.
So that's Sid Mead's Sentinel from his book. And
Wow.
unfortunately, he just passed away. He was a very good friend. And that was the only car that he had managed to get into Mattel.
He was a Chrysler fan too.
Oh, yeah.
You could totally see it.
Yeah.
It's like a Citroen and a Chrysler.
And then everybody loves wagons. So
I have one of those right there. I have a 72.
Oh, the moonroof, yeah.
Yeah. The 1972.
They're both 64th scale, but this is true 64th.
Yeah.
And that's whatever that is.
So many cool things. I mean, you can stand on the roll for days, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's important. When you come to a museum and the cars don't change that often, then you don't come back in a month because you see the same thing. But if you have a die-cast museum, which is what we're building,
Yeah.
people will come in this room and be in this room for an hour
Yeah.
just looking at these things.
Well, it's like you don't want to miss any, and there's so many. I mean, look at this
Each
wall
piece,
right
yeah,
there. You know,
yeah.
just full of them. And I can't wait to come here and
Yeah.
show them.
This is
Oh, this is
planned for April. Yeah, so this will be done in April.
April.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They're just on it, huh?
Oh yeah, they come in there. They've got a team of 5 or 6 guys.
I mean, the attention to detail with everything is just amazing. How it's all set up and wired. They have complete like billboards. I mean, if you ran your camera down here, you would swear it was.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
life-size.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Running through it. A little bit too close. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, what's the size of this room? I mean, it's huge.
That's a good question.
20 by 40 maybe?
It's more than
50?
It's got to be 30 by 40.
Yeah,
probably.
but the walls are painted, sky color because they're going to build a lot of the hillside and all that stuff
yeah,
against
yeah.
the sky. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So this is the back end of the Fireball Gallery. Now my company is Fireball Publishing, and we do, and you probably know this, but we do automotive coloring books that are on Amazon and everywhere else. And I've been an artist my whole life, but I've gone to car shows and things where there's lots of artists and they're getting paid $50 or $100 to do their art, But you can go to the Louvre and you can see the Mona Lisa and all these great things. But we wanted a place where we could celebrate an automotive artist because all those cars out there are pieces of art.
Oh, absolutely.
We don't get the Ferraris and a lot of the newer cars, Mustangs and everything else. And what we get is people's interpretations, their favorite version of a Camaro or a rat rod or a truck or things like that. And we want to celebrate that because that's someone's personal expression.
Yeah.
You can't judge it. You just say, this is what I think is cool.
Yeah.
Right? You could have an entire truck show with all 51 Chevy 3100s,
Yeah.
and each one would be a different one, and you'd go like, "Oh, that's cool! Oh, look at that!" He said, you'd be really excited about it. So we wanted a place that we could celebrate automotive art, and we have some people in here that will bog your mind.
Yeah.
So first off, on the right here, we have Mark Sternberger. Mark is a very good friend, and he was one of my heroes, or continues to be one of my heroes. And he is very famous for the covers of Road and Track, Motor Trend, Car and Driver from the 70s through the 90s. All the covers that were illustrations were Mark's work.
Wow.
Amazing stuff.
And he was here today.
Yeah, he was here
Oh,
today.
fantastic.
Really cool stuff. And then on this side, this is
Amazing.
Tommy Hollenstein. Now, what's interesting about Tommy is he's a paraplegic, and he squeezes paint onto his wheels, and then he rides over the canvas.
Oh.
And this is
yeah.
how he creates his art.
Wow.
So all of these pieces, I mean, the stuff is beautiful. Really unique. This is the one piece that everybody loves the most.
Well, I mean, he's doing the best he can with what he's got.
And they're fabulous.
Yeah.
And he was a professional mountain biker, and then he had an accident, broke his neck, and he wasn't one for complaining and looking at his life in limitation in any way. And he became an artist, and he prospers that way. This over here, this is Jane Gottlieb and her photographs. Very colorful, very unique. Of course, Richard Petrushka, who's an amazing sculptor. All the sculpture here, except for one, which I'll show you in a bit, is his work. And over here, this is Pat Riley Nickel and her photographs. Great stuff from car shows, sculpture.
She's actually the newest Custom Extreme team member.
Oh,
Yes,
fantastic!
yeah.
Yeah, amazing lady.
Yes.
They're,
Yeah, she is, she's a true artist with the eye and the heart.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Eye in the heart.
And that's the criteria for us. Is that it wasn't so much about the art itself when I was picking these people. It was about the type of person that they were.
Same time this
Yeah, and that you're hitting on a good point right there. I mean, that is the pure and only reason she was picked.
Yeah, exactly.
She has the eye and the heart.
Yeah.
And she is that
And every time
person.
you see her, she's smiling. She's having a good time, and that proves that life is a choice.
Yes.
That you can choose to be afraid of what's going on with COVID, even if you've had someone that has died,
Yeah.
or you can choose to make the best of what you have and
Yeah.
find a way to give that purpose to other people.
Yeah.
And that's a tremendous value. Over here, this is Pep Williams. That's not Pep Williams. Bye, not Pep Williams.
Yeah, the detail
Yeah.
on those are just amazing.
These were shot with like $100,000 Hasselblad or something.
Yep.
It was just amazing, and you can see little pictures of Pep right there.
He's much bigger than that.
Yeah, he's a little bigger.
It's got a little bit of a fisheye effect there, you know?
So the last thing that I want to share with you guys is the best part about the museum, and it's over here.
See if anyone recognizes it.
Yeah. Now, when you come to the museum, everyone walks in and they look and they see the cars, but they miss one of the best parts, which is over here, our hidden secret Tiki lounge. And they don't ever even know it's here until they squeeze in. So come on in, check it out.
Wow.
This is where we have parties and my wife and I laid the floor in here, and I have one of those wives that you buy Makita drills for her birthday, that kind of stuff. So
I'd like to meet her.
yeah, she's right outside.
Does she have a sister?
She does actually. She does.
Yes, he does.
Okay, we'll talk about that off
Okay,
camera.
yeah, here we go,
yeah. So we wanted something that was reminiscent of 70s Hawaii and Brady Bunch and all that fun stuff, and the posters of the art. And this is her sculpture over here in the corner.
No kidding.
She sculpted that in a weekend.
Wow.
And she's a sculptor in the film industry. And it's all, it looks like it's a big chunk of wood,
Yeah.
but it's actually foam. It's very light,
Okay.
And
Wow.
this is
Good.
the King Tonga Lounge, where Wes can hang out.
There you go.
That couch he's sitting on, that was donated by Jackson Brown.
Oh, look at him.
So a lot of neat stuff. And that's the Fireball Punch pillow.
I'm guessing, did
That's cool.
Kathy made that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, she made that. Yeah. I think she made it to stick it with pins, honestly, but I wasn't going to ask about that.
Well, the face looks like there's a problem.
Yeah, no, there is a problem.
There is a problem.
Maybe something from behind. I don't know.
That
I
is
look like that when I wake up in the morning.
That's a
though.
lot of surprise or pain.
Like, oh.
Yeah, these are all my joints ache in the
I
morning.
gotta go to the bathroom bad.
Usually both I just want.
And what's neat also is that there's a lot of stuff in here that's been donated by artists. You know, this is Joe Magliato, so he sculpted this, and it's actually foam also. So anytime someone gives us a gift, you know, all the bottles, the little bottles, these are all 100 years old. These little bottles of alcohol, these go back to someome's grandma.
Yeah, all the way up there too.
I'm dying to open them all, but I don't. I'm scared of what
They'd be bad.
This is an original Elvis Presley poster because my dad wrote Paradise Hawaiian Style. His name is right here.
Wow.
And so I've had that in my closet for like 40 years, and I finally found a place to put it.
On a place for it.
Yeah.
It needs to be out. you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
I bought a house in Norco that a friend of mine had that has collected stuff all the years.
Oh, yeah.
And he left a lot of stuff upstairs in the storage. And I drug about 10 years worth of stuff out of one of my trailers. And I decided that the shop, I'm done having it in a box to protect the box for the value.
Right.
And I took it all out and stuck it on the wall. And every time I walk in the shop now, I'm like, oh, God. You know, it's like,
It's cool.
it's
home now.
yeah, it's home now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you know, it's a shame how many of these things will go bad in an attic.
Oh yeah.
Trying to preserve them at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
And the philosophy is, I use a lot is like it's the same with a car. It is a consumable, okay? And I tell some of my customers this say too. A car is no different than an apple. You go to the store and you buy an apple, and you don't put it on the mantle and look at it.
True.
You eat it. You consume it. You have the opportunity to plant the seeds
Sure.
and get more apples.
Yeah.
But if you let it sit on the mantle, it's going to wither away
Right.
and go bad.
And you never enjoyed it.
And you never enjoyed it, and you
Yeah.
paid for it in the first place. So it's
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
enjoy it in your lifetime.
Or you're saving it for somebody else.
You're gonna blink and you're gonna be 70 years old.
Yeah.
Wondering what you did.
Yeah.
You know, and
or why you didn't.
and honestly, this
No, not that.
a show like this. You know, when we were devising the idea of doing car shows,
Yeah.
is that you really you go to all these different shows and you say, well, this one was really good because they did this one. This one was really good because they did this, and then you'll learn a lot what not to do.
Yeah.
Right. And we've done a number of those shows, but you know, over the time you start to refine that, and you say, okay, the perfect show is where people are excited, the vibration is high, and they're sharing the stories, and you realize it's about the people. It's not about the cars at all.
Yeah.
You know, the cars are the way that they get here and their stories.
It's
and
the glue.
Yeah, exactly.
their expression.
And we're a museum of people's stories.
Yeah.
That's really the kind of the way we look at it.
It's fantastic. I really appreciate you taking them.
Well, especially with the vintage trailer shows that we put on.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's the other thing you got to
Buellton.
come and do too.
It's
you know?
oh, you have to do that.
You gotta be
It's
there.
The
That's-
culture, if you like car culture, the vintage trailer culture, when they're combined, it's incredible. You guys have to come out. You have to.
So
Yeah.
every September is
Yeah.
the Buellton Vintage Trailer Bash.
Okay.
It's about 250 vintage trailers.
Plus,
Maybe
it's-
closing on
yeah.
300.
It's
Yeah.
at Flying Flags Resort up in Buellton.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
And
because
we-
I've stayed there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it goes for
Close.
4 days,
Yeah.
and it's the most spectacular. You know, they have every night all the trailer lights are on, and you can walk around, and it's just. I mean, I go around on a bicycle and I give fireball shots
Yeah.
to everybody. It's hysterical.
Yeah,
It's
then we
awesome.
have parades, all kinds of fun
Yeah.
things. So
Really
yeah,
fun.
you definitely need to bring your viewers out and check it out.
Yeah.
That's
That'd be
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming up.
Well, thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
Absolutely.
Do you mind if I do a quick walkthrough?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of the
Yeah.
cars?
Yeah, you bet.
I know there's a lot of them that want to see a little
Yeah.
bit more.
That's okay.
Do you recognize that?
We're
one?
gonna be. How about 15 minutes? Does that give you enough time?
Oh yeah, I just
Okay.
want to walk, give them a
Yeah.
sweep, you know.
I was going to see if any of your viewers will recognize this car.
Well, here we just told the story.
Okay. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, some of the history in these cars and the people who are involved with them,
Yeah.
just boggles your mind. You know?
A picture of the old
Yeah.
man right there.
Yeah.
Chloe and Shelby.
Sneak up on that one. But yeah, the woodwork and stuff, and the combination of engineering for all of it is just
the first and only one I've ever seen. It's
It may be a special order thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that Lincoln.
Yeah.
You can build 10 Kias out of the bumper alone, you know?
Well, like the Volt, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Link Volt.
Link Volt. There it is.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from him in a while.
I saw him a couple years ago on PCH. I was in my 57, and we were alongside. He wouldn't look over.
No?
So I kicked the cutouts open and revved it, and he looked over. I was like, "Hey, Neil!" But it's a cool car.
Has he come along? Is he actually driving it now?
Yeah. It's been, like I said, a couple years since
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I see you see it out in Melbourne.
Hey Ken, you had mentioned to me there was an easier way to cash the 10 from here.
That 58. Sneak by here real quick. The 58 is just something else. Like we said earlier, Demon just threw up on the car, took all the chrome that was available, and stuck it on. And it's like they never took any of it off. Chrome, chrome, chrome. You do the chrome bill on this, it'll probably cost you $100 grand. So I know the audio is a little bit compromised. I promise I will work on a better solution soon. Just understand that we are all volunteers and we all have jobs to do this, so sometimes buying equipment is not the easiest thing to do, so to say. We still have mouths to feed and bills to pay. You know, not crying about it, just letting you know where I'm at and what we're doing. So we're buying equipment a little bit at a time. And the next one I'm hoping is a wireless road solution with a few extra mics. So, but for now, we'll have to live with this. There's an interesting combo right here, the matching trailer I talked about earlier. So, this is a true privilege to be able to get in here and walk around and see some of these vehicles firsthand without the public, so to say. And they're saying this is so loud, they can't play it in-house because it'll blow your eardrums off. And maybe when we come up the next time, they're having some of this stuff out and we can enjoy it differently. There's a lot of cool stuff here. I think there was an old Triumph over here too. Yeah, there's an old, or is that the B? No, yeah, this is the BSA that was out there. And then you got the D8 Boss Hoss over there. They're actually driving that. So, anyhow, the Murphy Auto Museum is where we're at. I will come back for that train room, or train set room, and go through a little bit more detail. You can see what else is going on. This trailer was amazing. 1927 travel trailer. And we have a little lizard in here before. This custom is amazing too. I'm personally a custom fan. There's some history right here, so. Oh man, look at this hotel too. They did a bunch of cool things, but I'm assuming this is for the mother-in-law when you take your date out and she wants to go with you. The mother-in-law, I mean, yeah, she'll go there. And then you'll take your date here. Love the old ornate stuff and the work that they did. So they actually drove this in La Carrera Pan America. How cool is that? They got a roll cage in it. That's fantastic. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Let's see what it says on the board here. Oh, they even got the helmet and the gear from Tom Merrill running this Bentley as a race car. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Yep. How often do you see a Bentley race car? Not very. Nice little Corvette action in here. Early one. A bit later one. Another Bentley. Has a lot of history here, so. But that gives you a little bit of an overview. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing and the information we got from Fireball and Ken, Vela, and we'll end on the Buick today. Appreciate you guys hanging with us here at Custom Mics. This will be likely the last one for this weekend. We got a 125, 150 mile ride going home, so. But it'll be on the bike, so we'll enjoy it. Love you all. Really appreciate your support and staying with us. You have a wonderful Sunday. See ya.